Then today we are going to learn about how the search for the genetic material started. Because before that, the various experiments were done. The Mendel did his experiments, and he said the factor is responsible for transfer of genetic information from parents to progeny, the traits. And then Sutton and Boveri, they said that these are the chromosomes which are present in the nucleus, which are responsible to take that genetic information. Then Morgan said there is linkage also. He did the mapping linkage, but till now it was not clear that what actually the genetic material is chemically. So even though the discovery of nuclein by Mesher and the proposition for principles of inheritance by Mendel were almost at the same time, but the DNA acts as a genetic material took long to be discovered and proven. By 1926, the quest to determine the mechanism for genetic inheritance had reached the molecular level. The molecular basis was starting. The search for the molecular basis was started. So previous discoveries by Mendel, Sutton and Boveri, Morgan, and numerous other scientists had narrowed the search to the chromosomes located in the nucleus of most cells. After the discoveries by all these scientists, we had narrowed down the search to the chromosomes. And chromosomes are located in the nucleus of most of the cells. But the question of what molecule was actually the genetic material had not been answered. What is the molecule which is the genetic material? So, for that, in 1928, Frederick Griffith, in a series of experiments with Streptococcus pneumonia, this is one bacteria which is responsible to cause pneumonia, witnessed a miraculous transformation in the bacteria. He did some experiments, and he witnessed a transformation in the bacteria. During the course of his experiment, a living organism, that was bacteria, he did his experiments with bacteria, and he saw that this bacteria had changed its physical form. So this is called the transforming principle. By this, Griffith performed these experiments. So Griffith performed experiments with the bacteria Streptococcus pneumoniae. This bacterium has two strains. Now, what were these strains? S strain and R strain. S is for smooth. So this strain of bacteria was smooth. It produced smooth colonies on culture plate. Culture means he cultured the bacteria in the laboratory. So the smooth colonies were produced by this S strain bacteria. So smooth colonies. And R is rough. R is for rough. So R strain bacteria produce rough colonies on culture plate. Now, why they were smooth? Because these bacteria, they were having a polysaccharide coat around their cell. Bacteria is a single cell. So this cell of bacteria was having a polysaccharide coat around it. And because of this polysaccharide coat, this was smooth. So this strain was having a polysaccharide coat. And this strain of bacteria, that is rough strain bacteria, it was not having a polysaccharide coat. This strain, S strain, was virulent. What is virulent? Means these bacteria, S strain bacteria, they were able to cause pneumonia in organisms. But this R strain bacteria was not non-virulent. Non-virulent means they were not able to cause pneumonia. So this is S strain and R strain bacteria. So two strains were there, smooth colonies and rough colonies. The smooth colonies of bacteria, these bacteria were having a polysaccharide coat around them, and the R strain bacteria was not having the polysaccharide coat. The S strain bacteria was virulent. It was able to cause the pneumonia, whereas the R strain bacteria was not virulent. It was not able to cause the pneumonia. Now, what he did, this is the Griffith experiment. This was the Griffith experiment. He took living virulent strain. Now, what is virulent strain? S strain. So what he did, he took living virulent strain and then he injected this living virulent strain into the mice. He took mouse and the many mice and he injected S strain bacteria, which is virulent bacteria, living into the mouse. And this mouse dies because of the pneumonia. This mouse dies. Now what he did, he took living avirulent strain, that is R strain. He took R strain and he injected R strain bacteria into the mouse. And this mouse survived. That means because this was non-virulent, R strain was not able to cause the pneumonia. So these mice, they survived even after the injection of non-virulent, that is R strain bacteria. Okay, so the mouse lives. Now what he did, he because he by heat treatment, he killed these bacteria. The bacteria, they got killed because of the heat. So now the killed bacteria, heat killed virulent strain, that means heat killed S bacteria, he injected these bacteria into the mice. Now what happened? Earlier the mice used to die after the injection of this S strain bacteria. But once this S strain bacteria was killed by heat treatment, and when these heat killed bacteria were injected in the mouse, this mice lives. So no pneumonia. Clear? Okay. Now what he did, he took this living avirulent strain, that is R strain. R strain was not able to cause pneumonia in the mice. So he took R strain, that is living avirulent strain, that is R, and with the heat killed virulent strain. And together he injected both R strain living and S strain is heat killed, and he injected these two into the mice, and here the mouse dies. That means even if this was heat killed, the mouse should have not died, because this is heat killed S strain and R strain was not able to produce pneumonia. But still this mouse dies. So live R strain in the presence of heat killed S strain produce virulence. Virulence means they caused pneumonia, because somehow R strain bacteria is transformed by heat killed S strain bacteria. So he concluded that this heat killed S strain has transformed this R strain. Transformed means changed. Hence, it was concluded that there must be transfer of genetic material from this to this. He recovered living as, moreover, he recovered living as bacteria also from the dead mice. He recovered living as bacteria, though the bacteria which were injected were dead, but he recovered living as bacteria from the dead mice. So he concluded that the R strain bacteria had somehow been transformed. R strain was live and it has been transformed by the presence of the heat killed S strain bacteria. And it was non-virulent earlier, but from non-virulent it became virulent. So some transforming principle transferred from the heat killed S strain had enabled the R strain to synthesize a smooth polysaccharide coat and become virulent. So what happened? Something must have transferred from the heat killed S strain to the live R strain, and now the live R strain is transformed. It has synthesized a smooth polysaccharide coat and it became virulent. It was able to cause pneumonia. That's why the mouse dies. This must be due to the transfer of the genetic material. However, the biochemical nature of genetic material was not defined from his experiments. Though Griffith was not able to define the biochemical nature of the genetic material, but his experiments concluded with this information that there is some transforming material which has been transformed from S bacteria, S strain bacteria to the R strain bacteria, which made R strain bacteria virulent and which made R strain bacteria to synthesize polysaccharide coat around it. That means it transformed the R strain completely. The physical form of the bacteria was transformed. So there must be some chemical which is being transferred from the S strain, heat killed S strain bacteria to the live R strain bacteria. So this was the Griffith experiment, and this was first into the pathway to search the biochemical nature of the genetic material.